decided one advancee from this Group C of ASL Challenge League, and that was, of course, Puck. And now, only 2 players remain. Down here is the first one, the Orange Terran, Seither.
And his opponent, spawning in the top position, Dusk Towers. It's the Cerulean Zerg, PandaBearMe.
Looks kind of just blue to me.
Yeah. It is just blue. But I decided to pick a different blue, and I'll probably pick a different blue for the rest of the cast. How about that? Cerulean, can't use it. Gotta find a new blue.
You can't use teal, though, because that's a different color.
Yeah. Well, Cerulean is a different color than blue.
That's true, but Cerulean I don't think is an option in the, like, house selector color.
Oh, okay.
Whereas teal is. You don't want to get confusing now.
Yeah, it's more cyan than teal anyway. Teal has much more green in it than the Battle.net version. They need to really study up on their colors. But colors aside, we are taking the more aggressive base as PandaBearMe up in the front. Reaper expand from his opponent. Spawning pool and gas. As is usual, getting that Zergling speed up nice and early to regain map control after the Reaper comes in. And that spawning pool, of course, for those queens, help you ward those things off. And in this time, the wonderful backdoor expansion will be taken by Seither. And we'll just have to see factory coming down, as is nice and warm and cozy and usual. Everything going according to plan right now in this TvZ on Dusk Towers.
Yes, indeed. Pretty much all normal and wonderful. Another day in the life of StarCraft. Scythe moves in with his Reaper. He's going to scout pretty much what happens. Just to avoid getting caught on the ramp there. Reapers can't jump down the sides of ramps. They get all confused and end up sideways and die. So they don't do it. And yeah, looks like he's just poking away. So far, PandaBearMe doing pretty well. Builds an extractor because he doesn't want to risk getting blown away with that drone before he can actually morph that building.
Yeah, it's interesting. They can jump the full length of the cliff, but if they're on the ramp, jumping off the side, like, ooh, no, I don't think I can do that. It's like, are you sure it's not even as high? It's like, nah, I'm kind of thrown off. Can we just get to the bottom of the ramp? It's like, no, you're gonna die. You would totally bail over the side of the ramp if you were getting attacked by a queen. And the Reaper's like, does not compute.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
You got your Hellions.
Oh,
as
yeah.
a follow-up. Beautiful.
That's what it's doing. It's pretty cool, actually, how Reactor's Hellions have actually become less of a thing in Legacy of the Void. Not because I didn't enjoy Reactor Hellion games. This Reaper looks like it's going to be taken out here, by the way. Which is
again on the same cliff. Oh my god.
Got even a little bit further up there.
That is the Reaper's, desolation there. I don't know. I'm going to have to name that part of the map.
Yeah. The Reaper Cliffs, but a couple of things looking for a scout there, and it looks like we're going to find it. But, yeah, just a couple of Hellions coming out here and try and poke away at the queens, the creep tumors. They managed to find one, but Blings don't get much scouting done. And just on the edge of that vision, they managed to see the command center. So getting an exact idea of that timing is pretty nice. Getting knowledge that the Hellions have been brought back is even better. Seither does queue up a couple of Hellions, then cancels them to try and mislead his opponent, which is nice little tricksy plays.
Oh, this is a really, really good scout. I think he's going to get in and see both Liberators come out at the same time. Oh no, he'll see one. But he sees the reactor. So that's got to be throwing him off just a little bit. Liberator will come in. Will he see the second one? No, he will not. 2 Liberators out. And a little bit more than normal. But looks like he's not going to continue on the Liberator spree. Hoping for a mass Liberator build. Freedom for everyone, but no. Just 2 freedoms. Maximal freedoms at this moment in time. And he's going to do a 2-pronged... Oh, actually, he's got like 3 free Overlords over here on the left side. He's got 1 on the right side. He could just clear out some Overlords, but looks like he's going to try to get into just the right position. Stay out of the range of the queens.
I mean, to be fair enough, those Overlords probably aren't going anywhere. Whereas, hey, the drones, they look juicy. He's going to move in here. Yeah, he keeps the queen with without the energy in range of the Liberator, so he can actually maximize the damage done. Doesn't quite manage to take it out, but it's a pretty close thing. And yeah, up here, top left, the Liberator is managing to slaughter an Overlord. Looking for a couple more, but for now, Seither has his attention elsewhere. The Liberator, sorry, the Hellions running around, and a drop, just with 6 Marines and a couple of medevacs up there to support it.
Yeah, and you invest in 2 Liberators like this, and it's good they haven't died. They're gonna get a lot of value throughout the game, but an Overlord killer 2 is not what I think Seither was hoping for with that. Drop coming in though. Gonna have his Liberator as support.
Yes, indeed, and doing a fair amount of damage here, but these Ravagers, Roaches, should be able to take out pretty nicely. Killing off those Queens is nice, especially given the lair isn't actually being injected right now. Oh, getting behind the drone line, even better. Lining them up, only manages to get 2 before he has to run away, but yeah, I think the Liberator did get taken out.
Nice defense here from PandaBearMe.
So overall, pretty good. How many Queens has he got left,
Liberator
though?
on the right side got taken out as well. So that's it for Liberators.
Yeah.
For the time being, and
No more
total
freedom.
workers lost 2. So really nice defense here from PandaBearMe, getting up to the full 66 saturation of 3 base, getting the Hive starter already, as well as melee upgrades. So Ultralisks aren't too far away. We're only 7 minutes in the game, and the Hive is more than halfway done. I had to double check. I was like, is that a no, it's a Hive.
Nope.
That is a very fast Hive.
Very, very fast Hive. 7-minute Hive is crazy. And yeah, Scythe coming in with a drop. So many Queens for PandaBearMe. Such a safe style. And this medevac looks like it's finally going to go down. And that spells doom for these units inside it as well. Will get cleaned up. So yeah.
Big change from the last TvZ. Seither was able to do so much with these drops against Steadfast, but PandaBearMe is all over this. Wax on, wax off, Karate Kid, making it happen is this Zerg player, and he's going to start reaping the benefits of that strong economy.
Yeah, he is. What was in that medevac? A couple mines? Yeah, a little bit of mine drop being set up there by Seither. Just out of vision that Overlord. Could well spot it as it moves in. A couple lanes see Seither's army moving out. Question is it for a 4th base or is it for aggression? PandaBearMe is gonna.
Oh yeah, and this is actually, if you look in the main, you see the small force of Zerglings, and that's like the drop defense force.
Yeah.
Very different from the last game where Steadfast just had his whole army in one big control group. PandaBearMe, just making this small force makes such a huge difference in defending these drops, because you don't need a whole lot to defend, and over defending can really put you out of position. So a nice play there. Bit of a run by here. Nothing in the bunkers, but we'll get cleaned up relatively quickly without too much economic damage done. Just 1 worker killed for our Zerg player. Chitinous plating already on the way. Adrenal glands more than halfway finished here. Oh my god, look at this though. He's gonna go ahead and snipe the 4th and pick up getting most of these Marines out of here. Excellent move. Seither finally getting some damage in. Being relentless with these drops, trying again and again, finally getting the damage that he was looking for. Killing that 4th base, very critical. We are at 9 minutes, so the main has half mined out just about at this point. Natural not too far behind. PandaBearMe did get pretty solid saturation relatively quickly, so these bases will mine out. Small medevac drop over here.
Oh, where's the drop defense? The ling's been pulled.
Oh, they were there the whole time. They were patrolling that exact location the whole time, and just when he had given up, it's like, he's not going to drop here. That's when he drops. That's how you know.
Yep,
that
Seither finds that chink in the armor.
Here it is, dropping on the other side again. Seither, almost killing that queen. Gonna take a little bit of extra damage on this medevac. Move over into the 3rd. And the main, nothing in the main now. He's gonna drop again here. Got a main force attacking the 4th at the same time.
Turn with the multi-point aggression, yeah, the 3rd base. A little bit of skirmish over there, and in the main still. Drop going down as well. Trying to focus down that spawning pool. Looks like they're going to get it, actually. Could be a pretty nice little pick-off. And big fight there. Couple good fungals. Those Ultralisks on creep chasing it down, but bunch of Widowmines. A couple more Widowmines to kill that Ultra. Just fine. Easy peasy. Ooh,
nice fungal corrosive bile combo there to take out the medevacs. Very well done. That could be very very frightening. The Corrosive Bile Fungal combo, very strong. Also, Fungal revealing the Widow Mines in the ground.
True.
Just a really versatile spell. In the meantime, Seither has been doing lots of harassment, and the economy of the Zerg player is quite weak right now and fallen behind in supply pretty significantly. Rebuilding that spawning pool, 3 Ultralisks on the way as well, and Seither has moved into 3 Liberator production, 3 at a time, that is.
Yes, indeed, and he's been doing really, really well with this harassment, just as he did in his last match, last CVT, and so far though, PandaBearMe.
Oh, look at this in the third. Nothing here.
Yeah,
gonna run his army back.
Finds these holds, and he's got a great position here in between these rotorons.
Fungal!
Oh, the fungal at the last second. Beautiful takes it all
combo.
out.
Excellent done by PandaBearMe there. Excellent combo.
For sure. And then he knows exactly what Seither's doing next. He thinks, well, now you're going to run over to third base? I better get myself there for some defense. This Liberator stays alive, though. But now everything's outside the Liberation Zone. These Ultras are chasing down the bio. A few more Liberation Zones come down, and PandaBearMe just has to back off.
Absolutely. We are stalling here at 2-2 for the melee and carapace upgrades for our Zerg player. And as a result, this 3+3 attack is going to help immensely, especially with these Ultralisks. Ravagers taking out the Liberators quite quickly when is necessary. And the fight for the 4th base continues on, but we do have 4 base Terran against 4 base Zerg. Not the best place that you want to be in, but not quite as bad as it used to be in Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, another Ravager, and then just take out those Liberators. Oh, just fitting there. That was close.
Yeah, when you drop that many in one spot, just one false move and you're losing everything in there. You gotta be really careful.
Nearly died there.
Yeah, I think that was 5 Corrosive Biles. It's 300 damage, so it would have had 200 life left, but
Ultras are pretty tanky.
yeah, Ultras, they're all right. They're not too bad.
Understatement.
500 hit points. They're
500
okay.
Hit points and like 1 billion armor, 8 armor.
I would say they're a non-fragile unit. I wouldn't say tanky,
Yeah.
but they're not fragile at least.
They're tankier than Zerglings, I guess, relatively speaking.
A little bit. Yeah, just by like a order of magnitude or so. Nothing much.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my God! Oh my
Infestors.
God!
1, 2, 3. 3 infestors go down. Just a small group of
Big
bio.
deal. Full energy
That is
infestors
pretty
as
good.
well, and
Yeah,
he's making a drop of this at the same time, catching that transfer as well. These Lings are going to clean it up. Adrenal glands doing their work. This late game Zergling gets really, really scary with the adrenal glands.
Yeah, they do so much DPS. Got buffed in Legs to the Void as well. So they are crazy. They are true cracklings now.
Yep.
Look at that 0.35 second attack speed. That's mental.
Yeah.
Couple Marauders doing what they can, but looks like that's not much versus these crazy cracklings. Seither with just constant pressure all over the map. Medevac going up top. This Overlord's been the MVP really, spotting all of these Medevacs as they come up, and PandaBearMe's leading drop defense is back in place. But Seither, he's got the Liberation Zone set up. PandaBearMe looks like he wants a flank, but really needs those money fungals to allow his Ultras to close with it. He needs to get rid of those Liberators first, and Seither's just pressing in with small groups of bio and just putting a little bit of pressure on that hatchery.
It's really got to be careful about getting into those liberation zones. You can see the Ultralisk just evaporating when they move forward into those. Finally, the Corrosive Biles get thrown up. Only one Liberator gets taken out there. Nice fungals, but not able to finish it off completely. Still, a lot of Ultralisk, a lot of beef in this armor. In this army, rather. 3-3 about to finish up. Really wants to wait to engage until that happens, but all these liberation zones getting set up in such aggressive positions. This is really hard to hold. He needs this base to stay alive, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it.
Blinding Clouds, not great in this situation. He really needs to find a big clump of Liberators and get tons of parasitic bombs on that. Both players are starting to run out of ground army, but Seither still has that small amount of bio, protected so well by these Liberators, and he's been doing excellently at focusing down Infestors. Even a couple shots with the Liberators actually just focus firing those Infestors that are sitting way at the back. And yeah, PandaBearMe loses his 4th base again, and that is absolutely crucial. He's got a backup one down here, but he's completely cut off from it. There's no way he can defend this. Ling run by across the map is his choice. Oh, a Nidus Worm. Everything for the Scythers across the map. You've got nothing to defend this.
Oh, this could turn into a really strange base race type situation, but you don't want to do it against a Nidus Worm. And so the entire Terran force moving back home to try and deal with this. Ling's coming out of the Nidus and doing what they can, but the overall army size for the Zerg is so small.
Yeah, I mean, 68, now 74 army supply against 114. And Seither with all those MVP late game units, the Liberators, high Liberator count, PandaBearMe, only 3 Ultras, like 3 Vipers, not too many high-tech units. 3 more Ultras on the way, though. It's going to really increase the power of his army. And nice yoink by the Viper.
Yep.
Maybe the second one will just finalize it. Yep, there we go. Something better than.
I was like, well, he's grabbing it, but what is he pulling into? There's 1 queen shooting at it. It's like, well, okay, not the most efficient use of energy, but it's energy, not minerals and gas. So at this stage in the game, why not?
Why not indeed?
Ooh.
Seither has a big clump of Liberators there. A couple of money parasitic bombs could really change the
Oh,
pace of this game.
engaging in the liberation zone. Very scary.
As tanky as Ultras are, they just still melt Liberators. I mean, what does 8 armor
90 damage a shot.
90 damage a shot. Oh, here are the parasitic bombs. The Liberators are just doing so much damage before they die, and GG. Seither takes the first game. Okay then, could be the final map of the night. Down here, hoping it's not, is our blue Zerg player from Invasion Esports, PandaBearMe.
And spawning in the top right, the mac and cheese colored Terran, it's Frenetic Arrays Seither.
You can tell you're American when you say you think cheese is yellow, is orange.
Well, actually, it's Crayola has a color called mac and cheese, and it's actually very similar to that color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't think any other country in the world has cheese in a can that you just spray on your food.
Well, I mean, it started here, but being American, we like to spread our culture everywhere we possibly can. So, you know, we take our McDonald's, we bring them to you, and we bring them to China, and we bring them to, you know, Korea. Wherever we can spread our fast food chains, we will spread them. And that is the freedom of America. That is what we do.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a shame, I think, because I think that there's fantastic things about American culture. American barbecue is awesome, but you don't really get that outside the US. You get McDonald's and you get Burger King, and you don't get awesome like smoked brisket or anything like that.
Yeah.
But,
Hashtag capitalism problems, man.
Yeah.
We all got some.
Oh, he's gonna.
Ooh. Wow, the double save. Nicely done.
Nice.
Keeps the Reaper alive, though. No casualties just yet in this battle. Love to see that. The no casualties, very close back and forth. Both players microing to the best of their abilities. So Overlord going to get pushed out before it gets a little bit of scouting information, goes ahead and sees that factory timing. Knows he doesn't have to worry about any fast triple racks madness that might incur many damages upon him, but they go into second racks relatively fast here.
Yeah, not too slow. He did get that command center down a nice time on the natural base, and just gonna morph up that orbital command and drop the mules. PandaBearMe still on the third hatch, going for a couple gases before he gets that, and getting a nice high queen count, staying defensive. Doesn't want to risk any kind of big damage. I don't think he's actually managed to scout his opponent much yet. Yeah, all he's seen is the racks in the factory, so he doesn't really know.
Roach
exactly
Warrant, second gas. Looks like PandaBearMe is gonna take the reins of this game and get some decisive action going on over here. The Reaper, looking to scout it, is just barely gonna see it. Oh, look at that. One hit away from death. Even after death, the KDA charge sends the queen Unfortunately for the Terran, right back to the hatch so it can do an inject. So, sort of an alley-oop inject there. It is an advanced technique, only the best Zergs in the world can do. 7 roaches. Overlord speed on the way. Interesting. Very interesting.
Drops.
We have an evolution chamber. Ooh, evolution chamber
There
starting right now. This might be a little bit of a drop play. We got a Marine on patrol. Not a lot of dead space that you can sort of get away with this too easily. But
no.
Seither already going on the advance. Gonna go ahead and scout all the pieces of this. All the pieces of this attack right away. He gets to see the Overlord's moving fast. He sees the evolution chamber. Everything is in place. It's all up to him to make the right move in the right place at the right time. How are you going to deal? Now, these 3 Overlords will turn into drop Overlords, and then they will be able to drop.
I mean, this is basically like Nidus Worm play, but with drops instead.
Yep.
That's pretty much the idea. I guess you've got to commit a little less to it because you don't have to get Lair, you don't have to get Nidus Worm, and you don't have to get the Nidus network either. But
here he goes.
Here he comes.
Spawning just outside the range of that siege tank on low ground. Gonna be able to take an head-on down pretty quickly. Well. The stim is available for death, and he is going to distribute the death directly to that stim. Nicely done here. Liberator in range. Ooh, getting a little bit too close with some of those roaches. Unnecessarily so. Can't drop any creep from these Overlords, unfortunately, because there is no lair. This is incredibly aggressive. Gonna move forward. Gonna be able to take out... here we go, Refinery. And gonna go ahead and lift up. Maybe drop on some tanks. Don't know what exactly the play is. Coming over here. Yeah, drop right on top of the tank. Nice. Some queen bombs. How do you deal with tanks? Oh, I just dropped queen bombs on them. It's like, wait, really? Yeah, that's how I do it. I think it works out quite well. Gonna try and focus down this Liberator here. Going to get it. Nicely done. Nice. Liberator number 2 is gonna pop out though. And we got some weak queens to follow this up. In the meantime, the roaches are just pummeling through the front of the base. This might be just what the doctor ordered. Seither can't attack. He can't do any sort of crazy aggression if he's being aggressed himself on the defense. PandaBearMe. Really cool builds.
Here we are on Central Protocol, the final map of the evening. The map which will decide second place advancee out of Group C. Alongside our first place winner, Puck. Down here in the bottom right. Managed to win back game number 2 with a quick cheese. Can they pull off something the same in game number 3? It's Invasion Esports, Blue Zerg, PandaBearMe.
And spawning in vertical positions on Central Protocol, we have the Marigold Terran. It's Frenetic Array's Seither.
Just thought of a great way to introduce the next player, but I mean, we're not going to get a chance though.
There's no more next players.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can wait till tomorrow.
I'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow.
It'll take some preparation anyway.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna hold you to it, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be sick.
All right, so Central Protocol, one of the stranger maps. First of all, because your main and your natural are on the same plane of existence, right? Normally the main is one high ground higher than the natural. In this base, not the case. So when you're trying to defend an attack that's coming from your natural into your main, it becomes much more difficult because you don't have that high ground advantage. And the other main point between this main and natural is that they're really far apart.
True. So any kind of really fast units can abuse that fact to just run back and forth and get a couple shots off. Early speedlings in ZvZ or ZvP if you can manage to get past the wall. Reapers, Adepts, really, really strong on this map. The other thing that nobody seems to mention, just seems to have become like an accepted part, is there are backdoor rocks into your main. Can get a bit weird there.
Yeah, especially with horizontal spawns, those backdoor rocks, it becomes like if you take your main, your natural like as Terran, and then you take the third base right in that center section, it just becomes really difficult for anyone to do anything. You have such a short push distance to your opponent's natural. But we are not in those positions. We are in vertical positions, but still that kind of same setup, although it is much more stretched out. You could see a Terran go ahead and throw a planetary at the third in this central right location and go ahead and start making a push forward. No back rocks needed to take down as well, so quite nice in that way.
Yeah. A little Reaper skirmish. First Reaper skirmish has ended. One Marine valiantly firing up against an Overlord, but whoa! Like 3 depots just got built and cancelled by Seither as he confused his B and V key to try and get that starport down, but he does manage to get it down eventually. Still though, 75 minerals lost in all those depots building and cancelling. It's gonna stick a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit twitchy here, a little bit shaking in the hands, maybe a little bit nervous. This is the deciding factor of moving on. This is deciding everything. Ooh, nice bit of Ling movement here, but a little too much firepower for the Terran is gonna block most of this off as far as scouting is concerned. They do get to see that there's an expansion there and that there's a barracks, and they do manage to grab that add-on. They see that the add-on in the factory is a tech lab, so you can expect siege tanks, but not too much of a read able to get down. Nicely blocked there, defended by the Terran player.
Yeah, all pretty solid. PandaBearMe taking his third base. Another point about this map is third bases are
the third base
extremely spread out.
Yeah, you thought the main and the natural
super far
yeah.
apart.
Every single base on this map is really far from any other base.
I mean, if you break down that destructive debris, I think your main base is about the same distance to your third base as it is to your natural, which is a bit crazy. Reaper runs around looking for that third base, but I don't think it's going to
Single tank evac attack. Coming in here. Gets scouted by the Overlords very quickly. No scan. No damage available. Gonna move right into the high ground here.
2 queens, though, can start to poke away at that medevac and try and close with the tank on the creep. But, yep.
That's really sad, man. The tank shot doesn't even kill a worker. One tank shot doesn't even kill a worker. Giant tank, massive blast, loudest sound effect in the game, and it can't kill a worker.
You need to make workers armored. That's the real change.
That's the trick, yeah. Make adepts armored, then you make workers armored. Then you start making everything armored, actually. You just go for it, you know? It becomes a slippery slope of armored things.
Yeah, why not? And then Marauders are overpowered again.
Yep. Well, you know, we need to get back to that Wings of Liberty Marauder. It was really nice when I could just build Marauders and kill everything Protoss.
Maybe give Marauders the, what was it called? The ability that Warhounds had. Haywire missiles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they can't shoot up, that's the problem. They need another tool to deal with armored units. But yeah, so far PandaBearMe just getting a little bit of a Roach Ravager force up. Still a relatively low drone count. No drones on this third base yet, just using it as a macro hatchery. Maybe you can try and put on some pressure.
Here we go. Zerg player looking to make a move here. Has been moving the creep pretty aggressively in the direction of his Terran player. It's right outside their door. He will see this tank evac. I don't think he's morphed any Ravagers yet.
Nope, just yet. He's just going to try and go straight through this destructive debris. Liberator gets in position, but you know what? Roaches are actually ranged.
Oh yeah, three Ravagers would do really nicely right now, but he's just sticking on Roach.
Very handy.
We'll be able to take down these rocks, but definitely not safe to move up into that position.
No.
Want to move around here.
Yeah, and with these fast units, Seither extended down that ramp a little bit. He has to boost the medevacs through with the tanks in them.
A little bit of juking and jiving here. Pretends he's going to go one way, goes the other way. This tank is caught out of position, can't get lifted up. He's going to be moving in here right under a liberation zone. Going to try to get out of there as quickly as possible. Focusing in on whatever tanks that he can. More roaches streaming in, but is it enough? Doesn't look like it is at all.
Seither picked those 2 tanks up really, really nicely, moved them back, kept them alive, and they just kept on raining death. PandaBearMe gets in with 3 roaches, just enough to one-shot those workers, but 1 goes down. And yeah, he's going to get 1 or 2 extra, but it's just those roaches being chased around, and overall, not the most successful attack in the world from PandaBearMe. Nope,
and a little bit behind economically. At the end of all of that, he's got a solid worker count, but when you factor in the mules there, mineral income advantage goes to Terran and gas income as well. with those third base gases getting started just now, he'll be able to kick into that advantage. Still just Roach Ling over here. Oh, one Ravager has been made. But that's it for the time being. Ooh, these Overlords in a very precarious spot.
Oh boy, yeah.
The only Ravager does get focused down quite quickly here.
Yeah, and Seither's looking in a great position. He's got a wonderful position with these tanks and moving up on the high ground now.
Oh, but a run by of Roach is going to take out a... Oh my god, just barely not take out a tank. That tank has very low hit points, has 7 hit points left. And 2 attacks going on at the same time. Very tough to keep track of everything. No high ground advantage. He's going to move right in here. Oh man,
I feel like this is where Seither does best in these multitasking scenarios. He's defending at home, a couple of Marines, there's SCVs coming off the line, and he's just pressuring across the map. And PandaBearMe has very, very little here. More sim for Ravagers. He can try and take down these siege tanks, maybe the Liberator, and he's going to land straight on those siege tanks. Ooh, very nice shot. Takes out medevac. And one of those siege tanks. There's still 3 left, and the Liberator.
Yeah, Roachborn got taken out as well, so he's had to rebuild it. No Roach has been coming out this entire time. So he's been getting some bit of a gas bank here. Not too extremely, just because he's lost most of his income.
It's a pretty tough problem here. The thing to bear in mind, though, Seither still no third base is pretty all in with this. PandaBearMe does have a third base up and mining, and despite all the damage he's taken, is still with a slight worker lead. Despite the fact that his natural base has been taken out. That Evo chamber off creep is just about to complete 2+2 attack. And PandaBearMe might just be waiting for that to engage. 10 seconds. And he could try and go for it, but these siege tanks in the back are going to be so difficult to break, especially with the medevacs to support them.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to try and come in from a different angle or what have you. Just trying to keep this layer alive. It's just such a difficult point to run into. Looks like he's committing forward into it. No corrosive biles just yet, just pushing forward and forcing the lift up. Nicely done. Going to chase this out for the time being. Another drop headed out to potentially to the third base of PandaBearMe. PandaBearMe doing quite well as the main is being to mine out as well as the natural for our Terran players. So really got to secure that third base. This is not an attack you need to make, PandaBearMe, right now.
Nice snipe from the Liberator, and PandaBearMe is going to go round to the back rocks position. Waits there a little while, and that does
drop coming in though to the third base. It's only a queen here.
A couple of roaches like just started up, but they'll be a good few seconds away. And yeah, PandaBearMe is just dashing back across the map with almost all of his forces, leaving a little run-by squad of roaches, which are going to try and make their way in, find a bit of damage to
right after those Marines move out. Nicely done. All the siege tanks though.
Tank backs.
Oh my god, they almost just like explode instantly altogether.
Yeah. It's pretty
no kills to be had.
Oh boy. Yeah, only 2 drones go down, so I'm the queen.
Nice defense. Really nice defense at that third. So, losing only 2 to that is pretty excellent.
Yeah, still though, no third command center in sight for Seither, so this is pretty much going to be his last push. Is that? No, I thought he was pulling a bunch of SCVs, but he's not. He's starting to get oversaturated in his main though, and his natural's quite oversaturated.
Basically got 1 base economy right now.
Yeah, pretty much. He could well pull a couple of those SCVs and have them help out, repair a couple of these tanks or medevacs.
Oh, he's focusing down the layer with his drop. Oh, nicely done. No anti-air except for these corrosive bile, so he's going to go ahead. Oh, and GG. Seither moves on. PandaBearMe, we will say goodbye to. Excellent job to both players.